People often don't understand contemporary art. And I mean, I understand that. Sometimes contemporary art can be quite hard to approach. And I think I can tell you a few tips and tricks that might help you along your discovery of contemporary art. I hope this will help. So if contemporary arts repels you and you never understand it, I think this video is exactly for you. If you're new here, ciao, I'm Linda, your favorite Italian art advisor. I've been in the art world for 5 years, working in art galleries between Italy and Canada. On this channel, I share my experience and a few tips and tricks that I hope will help you along your collecting art journey. If that sounds good to you, make sure to subscribe. Andiamo! So you will be wondering, Linda, what is this secret? What is this magic thing that will make me like contemporary art? Well, it's actually very simple. To appreciate contemporary art and understand it, you need context. Context is key, is everything. Think it this way, contemporary art is basically between knowledge and personal experience. If you skip one of those, you basically miss the entire thing. And I think that's where I get you. For example, Renaissance art had a very strong teaching function. It was made for religious purpose, political purpose, moral purposes. And so it was made to teach something, to give a specific message to the viewer. And it was mostly very well understood by the masses. Even if you don't know anything about art, you will know The Last Supper, what I will call Ultima Cena by Leonardo da Vinci. Even if you're not religious, and even if you know anything about art, you will understand right away the importance of this biblical moment. You will understand that there is some betrayal going on, that there is some sacrifice going on. Like, the message is very clearly delivered to the viewer. That changes with contemporary art.
Wow.
And that's, I think, the key that is very important for you to understand in order to appreciate contemporary art. Art doesn't have to be visually pleasing anymore. The artists are not conveying directly to you a specific message. They're actually asking you the question, how are you feeling? What do you see in these colors? But to answer those questions, I firmly believe that first you have to have a little bit of context. So I do have a few tips for you. Tip number 1 would be to do a little research. Do your homework. If you're planning to visit an exhibition of a contemporary artist, I will really suggest you, encourage you to read or listen to a podcast or watch a few videos on YouTube about the artist, because that will really open the perspective that you will have of that artist and of their work. You don't really have to write a thesis about it. I will recommend to just learn about the key elements in their art and the historical context. Like these 2 things. Once you have these 2 things, I think you're square. For example, in April, I will be going home in Florence to visit my family, and I will also visit an exhibition of Mark Rothko at Palazzo Strozzi. And of course, I wanted to be prepared because I've studied Rothko back in uni, but I wanted to have it fresh in my mind. So I decided to read a few books about it. I'm reading right now, actually, Mark Rothko, From the Inside Out, The Artist's Reality, Philosophies of Art, and Rothko, The Color Field Paintings. You don't have to read 3 books of each artist. You don't have to do anything. I'm just saying that a little bit of a background will really help you understand the art that you will see. Tip number 2 will be to put that damn phone down when you're visiting the exhibition. I really understand how today's society, it's all based on our phone. Like, if my phone disappears today, I will totally feel naked, and I understand that. But if you're visiting an art exhibition, and especially if you don't understand anything about contemporary art, I will really recommend that you put that phone down and just enjoy or just take in what you see around you, because that really helps to focus our attention on a painting for more than 10 seconds. How can you really expect that a painting will convey something important to you if you're looking at it just 10 seconds. Tip number 3 will be actually read the descriptions and the materials that the exhibition will have ready for you. Believe it or not, there are people whose job is only make those descriptions on the walls for you, which are basically introducing the artist, introducing a little bit of the work that you will see, etc. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, and I've seen many bads. But if you come to the exhibition and you had a little bit of preparation, you will go with the exhibition, read a little bit on the walls, and you will be already ready to take in those artworks that you're seeing. You might think, well, but if there is a description at the exhibition, why should I study before I go? It's a very fair question, and again, you don't have to do everything. You don't have to do anything. I'm just saying that sometimes those descriptions, although they are again made from someone whose job is to make those, sometimes they can be a little bit loose. Sometimes they can be made very, very well, and they can really give you an insight of the artist. But you have to understand those descriptions, they're basically trying to compress as much knowledge as possible in one little description. Like, they're trying their best, but if you have a background, it's much better for you and everyone else. Fourth and last tip, which is the most important to me in this case, is to be curious. Especially in contemporary art, being curious changes absolutely everything. It's okay, I'm on the last tip. Bye. Like I previously mentioned, contemporary art is usually not easy to understand, so you have to be curious and you have to make the correct question. So instead of asking yourself, what does this mean? You should ask yourself, why is this looking like that? Why is the earth red? You have to be curious in order to generate the best question that can lead you to understand the artwork that you have in front of you. And then you will see that contemporary art will start to make sense. I hope this will help you understand contemporary art better. And if you're interested about collecting art or about the art world, feel free to look at these videos. And if you would like to see more videos like this one, feel free to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Ciao!